Alright, welcome back you guys. So today I'm going to be doing my friend's makeup, and this is her before. I'm gonna be doing her eyebrows off camera. Now I'm going to be using the MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre, and we're just gonna be blending that out. So we're going to be using the shade Whine Not from the 39s palette, and we're going to be applying that all over her crease. Because she does have hooded eyes, I'm going to be applying that more arribita from where her crease is normally at, and then using that same brush I'm going to gently be blending it upwards. Using the shade Boujee from that same palette and using more of a fluffier brush, we're going to be blending that out more upwards. Alright, so now we want to dedicate ourselves to that crease. We wanted to have more of a definition, so we're going to be using the shadow Plums Up from that same palette, and then blending it more into that crease.
So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go.
Alright, so the darker the better. We are going to be using the shade Make It Rain, this darker purple, and we're going to be putting igualmente on that crease. So make sure before anything to make sure that those colors are blended out. So right here I'm just cutting her crease with the C&C concealer by Kiss, and because she does have hooded eyes, so I am able to do this trick that I learned from school. So what you want to do is just put like a little bit on her eyelid and then make her look up, as you can see, and then from there your cut crease is formed. Alright, so using a flat plain brush, you want to take off any extra concealer that you have on her eyelid, as always, because you don't want to have that wet base, and also because you want the next eyeshadow that you put into that crease to be more pigmented. Alright, so now that you're done that, you want to put just a little bit of that soft ochre paint pot onto the crease, just so that the next eyeshadow se vea más bonito y más pigmented.
traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears.
Alright, now that you got that done, you want to put on the eyeshadow named Pearlfection, and it is, because look at it, it's so shiny. So we're going to be applying that all over on that cut crease. So now we're gonna go back in with the shadow Plums Up, and vamos a difuminarlo into that outer crease. So now we're going back with that shadow Whine Not, and we're gonna be putting that in between the shimmer and the Plums Up shadow, just to make it look like, you know, it's transitioning from a light color to a dark. Now we're going to be using, what shadow is this? It's Make It Rain, and we're gonna put it more onto the outer crease to make it, like I said, make it look more darker in the outer crease, so I can have like a little transition. You know. Alright, so now we're going to be using the NYX Glitter Primer. We're going to be placing that onto the crease. And then for the shimmer, for our glitter, we're going to be using the Shimmer Down Pigment in the shade Platinum / Platine, I think.
First, but here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go, 'cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland, I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
Alright, now we're going to be using a makeup wipe to be removing all of the fallout that we had gotten from the glitter, and then we're going to be doing the other eye off camera. So for eyeliner, I decided to use the BeBella Forever Cool Black eyeliner, and we're going to be applying that, but the only thing is 2 minutes later se me acabó la freaking pintura, so I decided to finish it off with the LOreal gel eyeliner in the shade Blackest Black.
Traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We sat down by the fire, knowing we couldn't hide.
Alright, so before foundation, I did put on primer. I used a Too Faced Hangover Primer. I absolutely love this primer only because it gives such a hydrating look to the skin. But for foundation, I am using the Pro Filt'r, the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 310.
To go, 'cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
Alright, so to hydrate the skin, I am using the Badescu Skincare Facial Spray in Rosewater. I think I applied this like a good 30 times to her skin because I just love it. But now we're just going to be using the Beauty Creations Corrector and Contour Palette. Because we are working with creams, that's why we have to keep the skin very hydrated so that when we blend it out, it you know, it moves around very smoothly and it looks very natural looking.
I remember the ocean, memories die out too hard. But we were traveling mountains just to find the loudest seas. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold.
Alright, so we are also going to be contouring her nose. For conceal and highlighting, we're going to be using the BeBella Cosmetics Correct Conceal and Contour Palette. And we are going to be using the medium lightest shade in that palette. And we're going to be putting it under her eyes and anywhere else where I want her face to be more highlighted. For baking, we're going to be using the original formula Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Naturally Neutral. Naturally Neutral. And we're going to be putting that everywhere where we highlighted with the concealer. So now that we got that done, we're going to be using the third shade on that row from the Garden Beauty Powder Contour Palette, and we're going to be using this as a bronzer all over her face. I put too much. Okay, it's okay. Don't panic, don't panic. Alright, so if you mess up like me, don't worry, don't panic. You just want to get a different brush, and you want to take off, you know, as little as possible by using a napkin, and then from there just blending it out like as you normally would. From there I moved on to contouring her nose, but don't worry guys, everything has its solution. Don't panic, it's okay.
Higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees.
Alright, now we're going for a blush. We're going to be using the Shadow Sweet in the Blush and Crush Rude palette, and we're going to be putting that, applying it all over the apples of her cheeks. And then as always, we want to hydrate the skin, so we're going to be using the Badescu facial spray again. To set everything in place. I got this fan, and if anyone was asking, I got it from the Dollar Tree for $1. So yeah, it's I love it. For now, for highlight, we're going to be using the BeBella Cosmetics Fairy Dust, the lightest shade there. We're going to be putting that onto her brow bone, and also the bridge of her nose, and the Cupid's bow on the lip. I think that's what it's called. Oh, I'm using the two other shades on that same row for highlight. Alright, so for lashes, we're going to be using the Iconic in the style 15 by Kiss. These are really affordable and really comfortable, and we're going to be putting those pretty girls on with the Duo lash glue. And yeah, we're going to be popping that on, and then from there we're going to be putting some mascara underneath. Okay, so now for her waterline, we're going to be using the BeBella Black Eyeliner Pencil in the shade Jet Black, and we're going to put that very gently because, you know, you don't want to poke her eye out. So we're going to be applying that, and then for eyeshadow on her lash line, we're going to be using the shades Rocks On and Whine Not. Alright, so here we're going to be using the shade Whine Not. As I said previously, we're going to be putting that under her on her lash line. And a little trick that I like to do is I like to put my little pinky under there so that, like, para que agarre all of the fallout, instead of like falling it onto her eyes, it falls onto my finger. Just a little trick. But from here we're going to be using the lip gloss Fussy by Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, because who doesn't love her and her lip glosses? But the look is complete. I decided to do a lip gloss only because the eyes were already dramatic. But yeah, I love how everything came out. I am super proud of myself. She absolutely loved it. Like, just look at her. But I hope you guys loved it, and there will be more looks coming soon.
I don't ever want to leave.